Did you know some pocket change could be worth a small fortune today? We're diving deep into the top 5 state quarter dollars, could be worth up $375,000. These aren't just any coins, they're rare, valuable, and highly sought after by collectors. Whether you're a coin hunter, you might already have one hiding in plain sight. From minting errors to low mintage runs, these quarters are turning heads in the numismatic world. Stick around, you won't believe which state tops the list and how much it could be worth. What if I told you the change in your pocket might be worth more than your entire car? Maybe even more than your house. That's right, one ordinary-looking 1999 Connecticut state quarter dollar, but hidden in plain sight, was a rare, almost mythical error coin that collectors are desperately hunting for today. So don't move an inch, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to spot the exact features. Let's rewind the clock. The year is 1999. Panic is in full swing, Napster just launched, and the U.S. Mint began one of the most ambitious coin programs in American history, the 50-state quarters program. Connecticut's quarter was the 5th in the series and honored the state's iconic charter oak tree, a symbol of independence and resilience. Minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, the Connecticut quarter featured exquisite detail. Clad layer missing, $3,000 to $15,000. Wrong planchet errors, $66,000 to $85,000. Broad strike errors, $105,000 to $130,000. How to identify a rare 1999 Connecticut state quarter dollar? Here's the moment you've been waiting for. How to spot one of these high-value coins yourself. Step-by-step checklist. Look for the mint mark. It must have a P under, "In God We Trust." That means it was minted in Philadelphia, where most known error coins have surfaced. Examine the charter oak. Use a magnifier to inspect the tree's fine lines. Look for doubling, distortion, or areas where the metal looks ghosted. Check the rim and edge. Errors like broad strikes or off-center coins will have odd-shaped edges or incomplete rims. Weight and size. A Connecticut quarter should weigh 5.67 grams. If it's drastically lighter or heavier, or doesn't quite fit a coin slot, it might be struck on the wrong planchet. Color and surface. If the coin looks coppery instead of silvery, it may be missing its clad layer, a rare and valuable feature. Compare with a normal quarter. Lay it side by side with a known genuine quarter. Any visual discrepancy could be a clue. Why these errors are so valuable? You might be wondering, why would someone pay $85,000 for a quarter? In the world of coin collecting, value is driven by rarity. Fewer than a dozen known examples of some error types exist. Historical significance. Being part of the inaugural year of the 50-state quarters program makes it extra desirable. Condition. Coins graded MS65 or higher, near perfect, can exponentially increase in value. Authentication. Coins slabbed by grading services gain trust and competitive bids at auction. And let's not forget the thrill of owning something unique that no one else in the world may have. The looking 2000 South Carolina state quarter dollar. Yes, the one with the was discovered to have a rare minting error so shocking, collectors were bidding 6 figures to own it. One small flaw, one blink and you'll miss it. Mistake and suddenly, what should be just 25 cents becomes a high-value artifact. Let's go back to the year 2000. Y2K is behind us, the dot-com boom is in full swing, and the US Mint is in the second year of its wildly popular 50-state quarters program. South Carolina was the 8th state honored, and the design featured multiple state icons: the Carolina wren, the state bird the yellow jessamine, the state flower the palmetto tree, symbolizing strength and independence. The 2000 South Carolina quarter was struck in 2 US mints, Philadelphia, P to mint mark, and Denver, D to mint mark. Struck on the wrong planchet, $94,000 to $116,000. Double denomination error, $135,000 to $150,000. Off-center strike, $25,000 to $15,000 plus. Missing clad layer, $30,000 to $60,000. Real-life auction results that stunned collectors. These aren't just internet rumors, these are actual coins that were bought, sold, and authenticated by major grading companies like PCGS and NGC. Here are some real, jaw-dropping sales. $94,000. A 2000 quarter struck on a foreign planchet, certified by PCGS in mint state. $116,000. A double denomination South Carolina quarter with overlapping dime features. $135,000. An off-metal, double-struck, rotated die quarter, discovered by accident in a coin roll. The demand for these rare errors is growing rapidly, especially in online auctions like Heritage, Great Collections, and Stax Bowers. And here's the wildest part: many of these coins were never intended to leave the mint. Yet, somehow, they did, and they're still out there. How to identify a rare 2000p South Carolina state quarter dollar? Now it's your turn. Grab a magnifying glass, head to your coin jar, and check every quarter from the year 2000 with a P mint mark. Use this checklist to identify a rare gem. Mint mark check. Make sure you see a clear P under "In God We Trust." That confirms it was minted in Philadelphia. Weight and size test. A normal quarter weighs 5.67 grams. Anything significantly lighter or heavier could indicate a wrong planchet. Why these errors are so valuable? Collectors go crazy for these error coins for a few key reasons. They weren't meant to exist. These aren't normal wear and tear. These are coins that slip through the mint's tight quality control. They're rare, like unicorn rare. Of the 742 million South Carolina quarters struck in Philly, only a handful are known to have these extreme errors. Each one is unique. Unlike standard coins, error coins have no exact duplicates. Each has its own fingerprint. High demand, low supply, with more collectors entering the hobby every year. The 1999 D Georgia State quarter dollar, with a rare and nearly mythical mint error, has shattered records in the numismatic world. And here's the craziest part: it could be sitting in your pocket, your junk drawer, or an old coin jar right now. We're diving deep into the story behind this coin, its history, the rare errors to look for, verified auction sales. The year is 1999. The internet is booming, fears are buzzing, and the US Mint launches one of its most ambitious programs ever, the 50-state quarters program. The state of Georgia becomes the fourth state honored, with its quarter released on July 19, 1999. Designed by T. James Farrell, the Georgia quarter features a majestic peach, the state's most iconic symbol, live oak branches, representing strength and growth. Double denomination error, $165,000 to $195,000. Wrong planchet strike, $130,000 to $145,000. Major off-center strike, $25,000 to $65,000 plus. Clad layer missing error, $20,000 to $30,000. Auction sales record that shocked the coin world. These aren't hypothetical values. These are real-world auction results, certified by the biggest grading companies and sold by top houses like Heritage Auctions and Great Collections. Let's run through a few highlights. $165,000 Georgia quarter with double denomination error, struck on a dime with clear overlapping imagery. $130,000 struck on a foreign planchet with incorrect weight and alloy, authenticated by PCGS. $195,000, appraised, ultra-rare off-metal, double denomination Georgia quarter, uncirculated, rumored to exist in a private collection. $14,500 clad layer missing, Georgia design visible on one side only, MS-68 condition. These coins have made headlines in the numismatic press, and many were found in simple places: coin rolls, old wallets, or spare change. How to identify a 1999 D Georgia quarter? Alright, now let's get practical. Here's your step-by-step guide to identifying whether your 1999 D Georgia quarter might be worth more than your car or even your house. Error spotting checklist, date and mint mark. Look for 1999 and a clear, deep mint mark, Denver, beneath "In God We Trust." Weight test. Standard quarter, 5.67 grams. Use a precise scale. Anything drastically different may indicate a planchet error. Edge inspection. Check for missing reading, bulging edges, broad strike, or a red copper core, signs of clad errors. Doubling or overlapping designs. Check both sides for signs of double denomination letters or figures from two different coins mixed together. Centering. Is the design off-center, or is part of the coin blank? Off-center strikes add major value, especially if the date and mint mark are visible. Luster and color. A Georgia quarter with an unusual color, bright copper, golden, or dark gray, could be struck on the wrong metal. We'll uncover the fascinating history of the 2001 New York State quarter dollar, into the extreme error that transformed it into a small fortune, show you exactly what to look for, and reveal real auction sales that stunned even veteran collectors. So don't blink, because this could be the moment that turns your pocket change into life-changing treasure. The New York quarter was officially released on January 2, 2001, becoming the first state quarter of the new millennium and the 11th design in the legendary 50-state quarters program. Featuring the outline of New York State, the Statue of Liberty, and a string of 19 stars, representing its status as the 11th state, the design was chosen to symbolize freedom and unity. Designer, Alfred Miletsky. Mint locations, Philadelphia, P, and Denver, D. Double-struck errors, $10,000 to $25,000. Off-center strike, $85,000 to $100,000. Clad layer missing, $175,000 to $200,000. Wrong planchet error, $250,000 to $265,000. Auction sales prices that shocked collectors. Let's talk real numbers. These coins aren't just theoretical treasures, they've hit the auction block and fetched prices that leave collectors speechless. One certified 2001 P New York quarter with a Sacagawea reverse mule error sold for a jaw-dropping $200,000 at auction. Another privately held specimen has been appraised at $250,000, and experts believe that if a higher-graded example emerges, it could shatter that record. Even lesser-known errors such as double strikes or off-metal planchets have fetched $20,000, $175,000 depending on condition and rarity. How to identify a error coin? Here's how to check whether your 2001 P New York quarter could be a jackpot waiting to happen. Quick checklist: reverse design. A mule error will show the Sacagawea dollar reverse instead of the New York design. Weight check. Regular quarter, 5.67 g. Sacagawea dollar planchet, 8.1 g. Mule errors will weigh closer to 8 g. A huge red flag. Striking anomalies. Look for off-center details, doubled lettering, or unusually shiny or dull surfaces. Edge inspection. If the coin is thicker, lacks reading, or has a gold tint, it may have been struck on the wrong planchet. Certification. If you think you have a rare error, submit it to PCGS, NGC, or NX. Only certified coins will fetch top dollar. Today, we're diving deep into the mind-blowing world of the 2002 D Ohio State quarter dollar, a rare and mysterious anomaly that's caught the attention of serious collectors, professional graders, and everyday treasure hunters alike. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to tell if you might be sitting on 6 figures of silver and copper. The 50 State Quarters program, launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999 and completed in 2008, was a groundbreaking initiative to honor each U.S. state with a unique quarter design. It reinvigorated public interest in numismatics, turning everyday Americans into collectors. Each year, 5 new quarters were released, and in 2002, Ohio had its turn. The Ohio State Quarter, released in 2002, honors the state's role in aviation history. Real auction sales record and market value. Let's look at a few real-world auction records. MS 66 2002 D Double Die Reverse Quarter, sold at Heritage Auctions for $225,000. Off-center strike plus double die combo, private collector purchase for $255,000. Wrong planchet strike, Sacagawea planchet reported value approaching $300,000. Clipped planchet with die clash, sold for $64,500 on Great Collections. These aren't hypothetical, these are real coins, real sales, real money. How to identify a valuable 2002 D Ohio quarter. So now the big question, how can you find one of these treasures? Here's what to look for. Mint Mark D. You're only looking at Denver minted quarters. Check under on the obverse. Examine closely with a loupe or magnifier, especially around Ohio, the astronaut, and birthplace of aviation pioneers. Check for doubling, slight repeats, or shadows in letters or designs. That's potential gold. Inspect for misalignment. Is the design shifted to one side or missing partially? Could be an off-center strike. Wrong color or weight. If the coin looks different or feels off, it might be struck on the wrong planchet. Get it graded. If you suspect anything unusual, get your coin authenticated by PCGS, NGC, or NX.